Hello everyone and welcome. Today we are going to talk about, China approves virus vaccine for clinical trials. State media vaccination of coronavirus improved by Che Wei. Who is Che Wei? How did she find a vaccination? Did she start to test it? When she will start to spread over world? These question and others is what we are going to discuss. My name is James, this is Young Future.
在万众期待中，新冠疫苗终于研制成功。今天，从武汉传来令人振奋的消息，由军事科学院军事医学研究院陈薇院士领衔科研团队，经过50多天的连续奋战和极致攻关，终于研制出重组新冠疫苗。16号20时18分，重组新冠疫苗获批正式启动临床试验。
The medical treatment finally succeeded. Today, exciting news came from Wuhan. The Academy of Military Medical Sciences of the Academy of Military Sciences became an academician to lead the scientific research team. After more than 50 days of continuous struggle and banner public relations, it focused on the development of a reorganized executive. At 2018, the new recombinant vaccine was approved and the clinical trial was officially launched. Small production preparation and third-party medical safety, the quality of the validity evaluation cell conforms to international standards, and domestic regulatory models count as safety and effective monitoring of possible production. The medical treatment finally succeeded. Today, exciting news came from Wuhan. The Academy of Military Medical Sciences of the Academy of Military Sciences became an academician to lead the scientific research team. After more than 50 days of continuous struggle and banner public relations, it focused on the development of a reorganized executive. At 2018, the new recombinant vaccine was approved and the clinical trial was officially launched. Small production preparation and third-party medical safety, the quality of the validity evaluation cell conforms to international standards, and domestic regulatory models count as safety and effective monitoring of possible production. Let's us think about this. Who is Che Wei? How did she find a vaccination? Did she start to test it? Yes. You have understood. She found, but how? And we know. 74,368 new cases and 7,503 new deaths in Italy. Fourth day in a row with daily new cases below the 9,362 peak reached on March 26. Protezione Civile Chief Borelli, the person usually holding the daily press conference, is at home with a fever, while the former Chief Bertolaso is now hospitalized in Milan after having tested positive to the virus. How Chinese love this problem is what we still think. When we shall find answer we shall tell you. Please subscribe. Let's us think about this. Who is Che Wei? How did she find a vaccination? Did she start to test it? We ask Liu Poon, Professor of Public Health Laboratory Sciences at Hong Kong University.
疫苗的试的方法，同多疫苗使是一件好事，我就可以定哪是最好的。定疫苗是否安全使用需要花大量精力，您不能指使人接疫苗，然后是安全的。
For researchers to begin human safety tests of an experimental coronavirus vaccine. The race is on to develop a shot against the COVID-19 epidemic that's killed more than 7,000 people worldwide. Researchers at China's Academy of Military Medical Sciences received approval to launch early-stage clinical trials of the potential vaccine starting this week. That's according to a report in the ruling Communist Party's People's Daily on Tuesday. This was lead researcher Chen Wei speaking on State TV.
We have made the preliminary preparations for its safety, effectiveness, controllable quality and mass production. We have been fully prepared for starting a formal clinical trial at any time.
The Chinese trial is set to examine whether an experimental shot is safe in humans and aims to recruit 108 healthy people to take part. Experts at the World Health Organization say they don't expect any fully tested and approved vaccine to reach the market until the middle of next year.
Who is Che Wei? In Wolf Warrior 2, a muscular and nationalistic Chinese action movie that broke box office records in 2017, a heroic military scientist called Dr. Chen developed a vaccine for a deadly virus called La Manla that was spreading across Africa. 2 years earlier, a muscular and nationalistic Chinese state had sent a heroic military scientist called Dr. Chen to Sierra Leone to develop a vaccine for a deadly virus called Ebola that was spreading across Africa. The non-too-subtle reference was not lost on Chinese audiences. Now, in 2020, as a deadly coronavirus that causes the disease known as COVID-19 spreads across the world, Dr. Chen is back in the limelight. It's the real Dr. Chen, Chen Wei, a major general in the People's Liberation Army and the virologist who leads the Institute of Bioengineering at the Academy of Military Medical Sciences. In front of a Communist Party flag and receiving an injection in her left arm. The substance was, according to the reports, one that China hopes will become the first vaccine against the coronavirus. 7 other military officers reportedly received the jab. Chen was authorized to start a clinical trial for her vaccine on Monday, the 16th of March 2020. State broadcaster CCTV reported last week, on the day that a clinical trial began at the Kaiser Permanente Washington Health Research Institute in Seattle, funded by the National Institutes of Health. The quest for a vaccine is not only about public health, but also about the fight between China. Chinese leaders are spurring their scientists to become the first to develop a breakthrough against the coronavirus, which emerged in the Chinese city of Wuhan late last year and has infected more than 329,000 people worldwide. Chinese leader Xi Jinping said her whole nation's scientific and technological effort was needed to counter the outbreak. We should build a new type of whole-nation system to make breakthroughs in critical and core technologies, Xi said in an article published last week in the Communist Party magazine Chushe Journal. Major scientific achievements, he said, were a vital component of the national strategic system. China wants to rewrite its role in the coronavirus story from source to savior, to show, as Chen herself said, that it is living up to its responsibilities as a great power and its contribution to humankind. But it also wants to show China's scientific prowess at a time of increasing competition in almost every endeavor. Workers in protective suits accompany a passenger outside a centralized facility for coronavirus screening and registration near the Beijing Capital International Airport last week. Scientists say the coronavirus is most likely to have begun in bats and then jumped to an intermediate carrier, perhaps pangolins, before mutating into a form that humans could catch. Chen has said the earliest her team can start clinical trials is April. But there's little detail about what trials have begun, and whether Chen received her own vaccine. Then she started.
The first vaccine trial on humans started on Monday in Seattle. 4 volunteers got the experimental jab. 45 will eventually be involved, given different doses to see whether it works and how they react.
I was the first. It's unbelievable. I'm really excited about that. It was easy. It was just like a flu shot, or I had a flu shot a couple months ago. It was very similar to that process. It didn't hurt. I was very happy about that.
As with all successful vaccines, scientists are hoping it will trigger the human body's immune system to recognize COVID-19 and produce specific antibodies to fight it off. The new vaccine is called mRNA-1273 and was created here at Moderna, a Massachusetts biotech company, after the genetic sequence of COVID-19 was decoded in record time.
The vaccine is not made from the virus. It does not have any part of the virus. It includes a genetic code that instructs the cells in the body to make a protein that the virus has in order to induce an immune response against that protein, which would hopefully allow an immune response to be developed more quickly should a person later become infected with the actual virus.
The same basic principle is being pursued in labs around the world. This is CureVac in Germany, a direct competitor to Moderna. They hope to have a vaccine ready for human testing in June or July. But no one expects a tried and tested vaccine to be ready for universal use for at least 12 months, maybe longer. It won't be ready for this outbreak, but perhaps for when it returns.
We can't rely on a vaccine over the next several months to a year. However, if this virus, which we have every reason to believe it is quite conceivable that it will happen, will go beyond just a season, and come back and recycle next year. If that's the case, we hope to have a vaccine.
Until then, containing the outbreak, treating those who fall ill, and trying to minimize the death toll are the only options. Simon McGregor-Wood, TRT.
Well, thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe. See you in next video.